Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Bottom left hand corner, we have Bonyth starting as the pink Protoss. Bottom right hand corner, we got Dewalt starting as the midnight blue Protoss. On Fighting Spirit, this is going to be game 2 of the third set of 7. Dewalt currently up 2 sets overall. And I'm trying to think if I've seen these guys. It feels like there's been a lot of cross position for some reason. Spawning? I don't know what the statistical... I guess I'm trying to think about the statistical odds of that. As far as kind of a hat game where it's like you place one, that means there's 3 positions left. And one out of those 3 is... So 33% chance, is that right? 33% chance that it's cross spawn at any given point? Trying to think if that's... Regardless, doesn't matter. Point being, I feel like it's been a long time, and I'm trying to think the last time they were at a horizontal spawn, and specifically bottom left and bottom right. Out of all these games, it's been a minute. I kind of want to like almost get like a secondary scoreboard going as like fun. I wish if I had so much time and energy, it would be really fun to have kind of like put the statistics right here on the map where it's like number of spawn locations, build order choices, stuff like that. Have all the MLB style or NFL or whatever sport you're into stats. Pylon down. Is Dewalt finally going to go for... Are we seeing a 12 Nexus for the first time ever? Okay, so probe going top left. I think we're seeing a 12 Nexus for the first time in this. So I think we've played somewhere around 60 games. Somewhere around there. And have not seen the 12 Nexus yet. It's not really build order PvP. But Dewalt showing us the 12 Nexus. And Bonyth going to go for a gateway assimilator. And it's very possible he's going to get last scout. So went top left first. We'll see how it plays out from here. I'm curious how this plays out overall. Cybernetics core dropped because I think you got to go... Can you go... I think you go double gate or forge, right? So there's gateway 1. Is Bonyth going to go bottom right as far as a follow-up? Looks like he is going to make his way bottom right as far as a follow-up. First zealot queued up in the midst of this. I'm kind of curious how this plays out from here. And if it's just, okay, that's a flat build order advantage. Because you end up with much slower Dragoons. Keep in mind. Because gas is oftentimes life in PvP. So Probe now is going to find that base. He's also going to be able to wander in and scout the tech. It is going to be... Yeah, I think the Forge is necessary. Because you just need the Forge to make up the difference. Is what it comes down to. And that Probe's going to be able to wander around for a long period of time. So... Let's see if... I would like to see Dewalt dedicate just a worker to run around and attack it, actually. First zealot making its way across the map. We have the pylon at the natural expansion, but no... Okay, and transfer. A zealot being built here. But no cannons as of yet at the natural. There's the first cannon dropping now, and I think that zealot's going to get some shots off on this cannon. Probe's pulling off the line potentially to help defend it. Yeah, here's this first zealot running at the low ground. Yeah, Probe's mixing it up, actually attacking, going for probe on probe violence rather than worrying about the zealot. Every little bit helps, I suppose. And the Probe's now making their way to just go ahead and block that ramp. Bonyth getting some damage done, but not able to get a probe kill as of yet. Cannon's going to warp in. And this was clever. Dewalt clogged the ramp in the meantime to buy him some time to delay that Dragoon. What a cheeky move. I'm British all of a sudden. For some reason. What a great maneuver. 2-gate and range being upgraded. Is the probe going to make it back home as well? If the probe makes it back home, that's like the bonus. 1 cannon up, 2nd cannon warping in. And the probe is going to make it back. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. At least he's got eyes. As far as everything in between here. Pylon blocking some of the Zealot's escape route. Zealot trying to get something done. At least he's getting some attack notifications. Is able to get a probe kill right there. But man, the economy much, much better. The question is does the economy ever roll to a point where it'll be able to make up the disadvantage? So Bonyth dropping a natural expansion. It looks like he's conceding it. Is getting the robotics instead. He's saying, you know what? Okay, you got that natural expansion. You've held. I'm not going to be, especially with that Dragoon timing potentially. You're just going to end up with the early game worker lead. Let's play from here. I'll try to create as much havoc as I can. 2 kills on the Zealot, by the way. Defensive pylon on that edge. Man, that is the probe going to get the kill? Probe's getting really close to getting the kill here. Still doing damage. Still no variance. Still no second gateway, by the way, from Dewalt. 6 health left. 1 probe shot. There he goes. That probe, the vicious killer. 4 cannons, and actually, problem for Dewalt right this second is, does he overproduce cannons? He still needs to use these Zelts to check the front. This is kind of clever by Bonyth. He recognizes Dewalt doesn't have information, so rather than pressing this, he's like, okay, I'm just going to leave these 2 Dragoons. You might think I'm just hiding some troops behind here, but I'm not. Now Dewalt finally going for the Gateway Flood. Range is so far off on top of it. Shuttle being constructed. He can just go ahead and skip. He doesn't have to worry as far as information, so he can go straight to support bay rather than worrying about the obs. 4 Dragoons currently hanging out in the front. Middle of a skeleton attack force. Big economic lead. And now that supply is starting to kick up for Dewalt as far as raw troops as well. It's going to be 4 gate versus 2 as far as baseline production. There's the support bay. So it's going to come down to some Reaver shuttle micro to get Bonyth back into this. But it looks like for the time being, Dewalt has pulled off the 12 Nexus here. Going to be a minute before he can break out of his base, though. 6 Dragoons is enough to threaten the cannons here. They're moving up. Yeah, able to pick off a cannon there without losing a Dragoon. Without losing a lot of shield either. I'm wondering if he's going to go for another pickoff while range is still not yet complete on Dewalt's side. Range now finishing, and we're seeing equal amounts of troops in the opposite end. So it'd be a little bit to Bonyth's detriment if he did go for the counterattack. A probe actually walking its way out. Is he going to go for a quick... This could be cute, actually. Going for a quick 3rd Nexus while Dewalt's still playing in the dark. Dewalt walking his way out, getting some good focus fire, actually, and getting 2 Dragoons for free. So where I think that was the plan on Bonyth's part, Dewalt has breached containment now and is walking on the map. He might be overstepping a little bit, though, because this shuttle with that Reaver are out on the map. Moving forward with some Zealots, +1 weapons on the way. We do have the Citadel of Adun to get that turnaround Zealot leg speed to try to make that +1 weapons hum all the more. And we have Dewalt making his way out with another worker. So he's checking the 9 o'clock, has yet to check the 6. There is a probe waiting there. But with the timing of this, Bonyth not dropping that Nexus, instead folding Dragoons out to defend and holding the Reavers short as well. Somehow, in the space of all this, though, things have stabilized. There's like a 3 cannon advantage and a tech advantage on Bonyth's side. He's down 5 workers. He's up a Reaver, however. Up a Reaver and a shuttle. He will be down +1 weapons. And there's a little bit more ground troopage for Dewalt at the end of the day. Looks like a probe moving to the 6 o'clock. Did it see it, though? Drop the pylon. Yeah, it's just dropping a pylon to stake that territory out as well. Just making sure there's no additional 3rd base. Diligently doing so. Making sure there's no additional base out on the map. Dragoon going to walk in. Wipe that out. Bonyth, while he feels like there's a distraction moving forward, especially with 2 Reavers, could get a big win here. And unfortunately, because he's piled up, not able to get the Reaver shots off in the space of this, so losing a larger amount of Dragoons. And he's going to lose this. Ooh, man, just almost lost that shuttle. Dewalt continuing to press forward. 1 Reaver down. 2nd Reaver is down inside the shuttle, so shuttle's gone as well. And now that natural expansion opened. Reinforcements making their way across, but Dewalt was able to reset that army count all of a sudden with a 20 supply lead. Critically able to take the Reavers off the map. Zealot leg speed, I'm waiting for Zealot leg speed to kick in. Looks like a Templar Archives dropped instead. +1 weapons, by the way. Complete +2 weapons. Upgrading. 2nd defensive pylon dropped. And now this is turning into disaster for Bonyth. He's got fewer troops. He's down on upgrades. He doesn't have the Reavers he was hoping to in support. Pros are having to pull off the line to defend themselves, and they're getting headlong into Zealot range. Although it's only a single Zealot, which is not the best. Zealot leg speed, by the way, now getting upgraded. So more workers getting taken out. That's increasing the gap in the worker count by 10. Although I think Bonyth has, if we do a little bit of math briefly, So minus 10 on this field. He's closed the worker gap within, or I should say the army gap within 10 as well. A bunch of gateways dropping, making the count 9. It looks like a observer is going to be able to at least scout that. And it looks like Dewalt, well, he feels like he's got that troop advantage, going to go ahead and grab that 3 o'clock base, recognizing that Bonyth is on the back foot and really pin in. Psystorm upgrading, Zealot leg speed upgrading. +2 weapons is going to finish before +1's even started here. We do have 6 gateways out here for Bonyth. But unfortunately, yeah, I think Dewalt does have the space to go ahead and get an additional Nexus, and I don't think there's a lot that Bonyth can do about it. Aside from sneak Reaver all the way around, you need it here very, very quickly to pick off that probe before it even drops the Nexus. Because if he's just going for the ground movement, I don't think that's going to cut it. Scarab damage upgrading. It looks like Dewalt going to skip that altogether. He's already got Psystorm. How many High Templar does he have on the ground? He's already got 2 High Templar out on the map. Just going to keep it to that count. Nexus now building it. Looks like Bonyth scouted it. Sees it out in the field. And some cannons actually at the natural expansion. We have those cannons along the natural and the main. The Observer following that attack trooping. If the Reaver can somehow get in and snipe those High Templar, really puts a damper. But the secondary problem though for Bonyth is just these Zealots with that +1 weapons. And the Zealot leg speed, getting on top of the Dragoons can be absolutely huge. Observer getting picked off as the first Observer out on the map for Dewalt. Reaver getting some good pot shots off. And Dewalt's army a little bit scattered, but this is still a larger army with the weapons upgrade. Psystorm blanketing the lower set of Dragoons. We're going to have another Psystorm actually blanketing just on the edge of the rest. And I think that's going to be GG here as the rest of that army's cleared out. Yeah. So Dewalt once again able to get a quick and clear victory, this time off a 12 Nexus. In 12 minutes. 12 to 12 all the way around. Who would have thought? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.